Hey you, welcome to my podcast. Do you like amebo, unsolicited advice, and very unconventional opinions about Christianity, mental health, and psychology? Then you're in the right place. It's Monday Morning Rant with Miss James H&M. Let's go! Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Monday Morning Rant podcast. I am your host, Mr. James H&M, and I hope you've had a very lovely weekend and you're ready for the week. If this is your first time listening to my podcast, you are very welcome. I promise you are going to have a very good time. You're going to have a great time listening to me. To my day ones, thank you so much for always reposting, for always sharing the link to my podcast. For the consistency, I really appreciate it. And I just want to remind everyone again about the recap weekend. It is the summary video I put out every weekend for the Monday Morning Rant podcast, for those of you that prefer video content to audio content. So please do well to share the link to the recap weekend on Saturdays. Watch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. This week, I'm not going to be talking about anything serious. I was reading the book of Daniel and I saw something that I just thought to share with everyone. That thing is the realization that Daniel was an exceptional man. Despite the fact that the circumstances around where he found himself, they were in exile, they were in Babylon. If we look at it based on the fact that he was part of the young men that were chosen, that means Daniel back home was royalty, but he found himself in a land where he was an eunuch, I think. I think they used to castrate them, those that worked with the king and all of that. I want to believe so based on theology and other analysis of Daniel's life, showed us that there were many things that would have made it so that Daniel would just, give up on himself, or Daniel would just be a mediocre or just be an anyhow person. But despite the fact that he was in Babylon, he still stood out, not just amongst other Israelites that were working in the palace, but amongst even Babylonians that were leaders, right? So I was reading chapter 6 of Daniel, and I'm just going to read from verse 2. I'm reading from the NLT version. It says, the king also chose Daniel and 2 others as administrators to supervise the high officers and protect the king's interests. Daniel soon proved himself more capable than all the other administrators and high officers. Because of Daniel's great ability, the king made plans to place him over the entire empire. The other administrators and high officers began searching for some faults in the way Daniel was handling government affairs, but they couldn't find anything to criticize or condemn. He was faithful, always responsible, and completely trustworthy. So they concluded our only chance of finding grounds for accusing Daniel would be the connection with the rules of his religion. I know many of us have heard sermons about this and, stand out like, dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, all the songs we sang in Sunday school and all of that. But I want to relate it to something different, not just the aspect of spirituality and all of that and his consecration. I want to link it to the career. Daniel was an administrator like all the other administrators, but he still stood out in his career path. Like, they couldn't pinpoint one single thing Daniel was doing wrong. They couldn't pinpoint one single thing he was negligent about or corruption, or he was responsible. That's what that verse, I think verse 4 says. Daniel was responsible in his duties. He was exceptional at what he was doing. Many of us as believers, we are very serious in church, right? But when it comes to our workplace, because of the sense of this is Babylon, It is not my own business. They are treating me badly. I think I've done a series about how to work in a toxic workplace, but I don't remember mentioning any place that you should be negligent or you should forsake what you are being paid to do. Many of us as believers are mediocres in our places of work. Not, I don't want to say many, I will say some. When it comes to church programs, you're always early to church. Not always. Some of you still don't. You're not always early to church, but like many of us believe that preaching the gospel, praying in church and doing all church activities is how to show that you are a child of God. We sometimes neglect how diligent we are in our workplace. Can it be said of you amongst your colleagues that, no, this one is very hardworking, is always early, he doesn't flop in anything, whatever task you give him or her to do, is going to do it right? Now, correct Christian, this one, anywhere where corruption dey, if you find them, if they are doing it self, he's the one that will snitch on everybody, or he doesn't want to be a part of it. Can these things be said of us in our places of work or in our career path, or in that thing, that business you've decided to do? Some of us that are tailors, why is it tailor that came to my mind? Christian tailors, Christian business owners, and many, many other career paths. We are not good at what we do. I remember a friend of mine had a very bad experience with the person that was to rent a wedding dress to her when she was to get married. And this said person is a pastor in our church, right? And there was a lot of back and forth from renting out the dress to another bride just a week to her own wedding, not cleaning the dress, the veil was torn, plenty things, and then she was rude about it, arrogant. And they attend the same church. She's a child of God, Abi, a minister. But in her business, she's just there. You are baking. Can it be said that your cake, your chin chin, your egg roll, your samosa, whatever it is you are doing, is very that person own nice, so he own they different. You're not one of those people that used to put granite inside meat pie. Granite inside meat pie, beans inside meat pie. You know all those things that people do just to cut corners. As believers, should it be ahead of us that even in our businesses or in our career path, we are not representing Christ? Christ is excellence. So if you represent Christ and you are truly a Christian in everything you do, you should strive to be excellent at that thing. As I'm talking to people, I'm talking to myself too, because I have a very strong issue with keeping to time sometimes. I'm working on it. I've been working on it for years. But when it comes to work, I can say I do my best. So we should just try, really. Your boss should be able to say, this one, any task we wanna give her, you go do one well. That's how you represent Christ in your workplace. They should look at you and be like, this one, no, if you see and wear bad thing day. Office gossip, you are not there. Church or chore, nothing concern you. You're always minding your business. You're always doing your job. You're always showing a good example to others. Daniel stood out. Do you know what it means to be? It's like saying a politician now. Make them find Nigerian politicians, search am, way nothing bad. They did not find anything bad. All the things he was supposed to do in office, he did it properly. Every documentation was properly done. Every money was proper to see details of how the money was spent. Can it be said of you? Some of you, small office money for birthday that they even contributed and put in your hand, you are eating inside. Cake that you bought for 12,000, you say you bought it for 25. All these things, people are watching us, they are looking at us, and it makes it look like we are mocking the Christ that we represent, or we are making them mock Christ because of us. So as you are listening to me, today is Monday, right? You're already at work, or you're on your way to work, or whatever time you are listening to this, please take your job seriously. I know many of us are overworked and underpaid, but do your part, right? Do your part. Do what you are being paid to do. You knew how much they were going to pay you for that role and you took the job. So if you took the job, do the job. Do what you are meant to do. Do it correctly. Do it right. When they are gossiping or they are doing bad things, you shouldn't be found there as a child of God. If they scrutinize you, like they carry binoculars, zooming lens, and they look into your life and into your work and into everything you do, there should be no fault found in you. Just like Daniel, we should use Daniel as an example to emulate. This is just my message for today. Be diligent at whatever you do. Be diligent. It doesn't matter if now where you're working, they don't value you, you're underpaid. Trust me, you're working for yourself. There's a Yoruba adage. I don't Let me not start doing that. But it's the way it goes is like, if you can't work for others, you will not be able to work for yourself. So the concept is working for others, even when it doesn't pay you, is you learning how to do your own thing when it's time for you to do your own thing. Let's represent Christ in our workplaces. As a student, no be you suppose they chase HOD, they chase this one up and down. You miss tests, you do this one, attend lecture, you're always disturbing your lecturers for one thing or the other, because you will just either not come to class, or even when you come or you write tests, or now they always fail. They'll now be looking for how to patch your results. Let's be exceptional at everything we do. As you are praying, be studying. Have you found a man diligent in his work? He will stand before kings and not mere men. Some of us are not diligent people. Please be hardworking, do better in your workplace. Let your boss even say, this one sabi wetin they do. Any work they give you to do, please do it properly and diligently. Represent Christ everywhere you go. So I'll see you again next week on another episode of the Monday Morning Rant podcast. Bye.